Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 8. Is this episode 8?
I believe so, yeah.
Episode 8 of Before the Ball Drop podcast. We're your hosts, James.
And Rebecca.
And we're coming back at you with our 8th edition and our second ever album clash. Now, this one is going to be a really good one. We have one under our belts now, and we know the format to go with, and I think this one's going to be a really, really interesting one to do.
Yeah, I enjoyed the band that we picked for this one, because it was one band, but two different albums.
Yes, we did the albums Violet and Celebrity Skin by Hole, and during the research for this particular album clash, I found out so many interesting things, and I'm really excited to talk about them. And I'm sure Rebecca feels the same way about a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, like the meanings of these songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot to go through here, and these were two really, really good albums. Hole and Courtney Love in general, I've always thought were just very underrated when it came to songwriting and composition and all those things. I think that they're a very, very good band. So I'm definitely excited to talk about them here.
Yeah, no, it'll be fun. I definitely know which one I'm already picking preemptively, but we'll see.
Yeah. This will be a fun one. We can dive right into this. The album, Live Through This. I think did I say Live Through This, or I think I said Violet because that's the first song on Live Through This.
You said Violet. I panicked for a second. Yeah. I was like,
no, it's Live Through This, obviously, but Violet was on Live Through This. It's okay because my friend was over last night, and me and him actually watched Batman and Robin a week ago, and that was the one with Uma Thurman and Poison Ivy. And he said, "Hey, I started listening to your podcast recently, and I was punching the steering wheel in my car because you called Batman and Robin Batman Forever." I was like, "Oh, son of a!" I was like, "Man, make me so insecure now." Now I'm like, "Man, people think I'm an idiot." It's okay though. He was like, "No, it's okay," but I was like, "Oh man, but mistakes happen." But at least I was able to fix this one before people got into the comments or said anything.
Oh, that's all right.
Anyway, yes, Live Through This came out in 1994. It was released 2 months after Kurt Cobain passed away. And the album cover, I think it's is it a reference to Carrie or something?
Actually, I
she's
think
the prom queen on the front there. Or...
I did read something about this. I can't remember the exact story behind it, but the album art is kind of like Carrie, but it also has to do with Miss World. It has to do with the competition thing. So it's kind of like a parody of that.
Okay, yeah, I can see that for sure as well. Yeah, that makes sense. I like the Celebrity Skin album cover in contrast to that because it has the entire band on the front there, and that's a really cool visual as well. And of course, that album was released in '98, so 4-year difference between the two albums, and there is a sound difference as well because grunge was big. Yeah, in '94, grunge was a thing. So it's more of a grungy album with Live Through This, and then Celebrity Skin's I think a complete departure from that, and not in a bad way either.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a big difference that I noticed while listening to both of the albums. Yeah, one is definitely, you can tell, more influenced by the grunge era, whereas the later one is definitely more pop grunge.
Yeah. like a post grunge type thing.
Yeah, which is kind of nice at the same time. I think that was actually the guitarist's
Yeah,
idea to do that because there's one song on the album that we'll get to that he wanted to make it more. It was originally supposed to be more grunge, but he wanted to make it more
yeah,
pop-like to fit in with the time.
yeah. That makes sense. Uh, yeah. So the first track on both albums. Now this one is the first track on Live Through This is called Violet, and of course Celebrity Skin is the first track on Celebrity Skin, I believe. Right? Yeah. Um, the song Violet is about from what I've gathered, it's about Courtney's relationship with Billy Corgan
Mm-hmm.
of Smashing Pumpkins, and I love the change up of the style from the beginning and then to the like when it gets like picks up, gets heavier. Celebrity Skin is a great track. It seems to explore the darker side of fame, but also themes of empowerment and being what you want to be. Uh, Violet contains the lyrics when they get what they want, they never get it, they never want it again, which to me like seems to discuss like how men sometimes use women for sex.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, once they get what they want, they never want it again. Uh, I love that how it bridges from like that and then the go on take everything I love that song. I love Violet so much. So as much as I love Celebrity Skin as a song, and everything that comes with that, just I think I have to pick Violet uh, for the first track here for the winner. But like, it's not to say Celebrity Skin's a bad song. I think it's a perfect opening for. They're both perfect openings for these albums because they are a sign of like what you can expect somewhat from each of these albums.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, but I think I'm gonna go with Violet. I just like I really love the themes explored in that myself.
I am gonna go with Celebrity Skin because that is a very catchy first song for me, and for me, it's all about the first impressions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just another fun fact about this song is that Billy Corgan actually reportedly wrote the guitar's main riff, and Courtney Love said that she hated it, but she recognized its catchiness. So I think that that's actually pretty funny that she kept it in there.
Yeah, no, okay, that's cool. And see, I'm glad we have like different we've gathered different facts too, which is
Yeah.
good. So like yeah, that's a good tidbit. And yeah, it's a valid choice. It's a great song. So yeah, 1 point on my end for Live Through This, and Celebrity Skin gets a point for the opening track as well. Uh for the second song on each album, we had Miss World on Live Through This, and then Awful on Celebrity Skin. And Awful actually is a song that sounds more like it could have been one of their earlier ones that could have been on Live Through This. I like both songs in terms of composition and content. Miss World actually contains references to a poet that Courtney Love really enjoyed, who overdosed on barbiturates, and she dubbed them "kill me pills." So that's where that lyric "kill me pills" comes from in Miss World.
Hmm.
It's like a very deep song, too. uh, Awful. It explores like I think it explores deeper into, from what I like gathered just by like my own interpretation. I was saying like Awful seems to explore deeper into like both Hollywood as well as how men are like when they use you up and they know how to play you. So does Hollywood as well. Uh, but overall, I would go with Miss World on this one. And yeah, I love that when she's like, I made my bed, I'll lie in it. I made my bed, I'll lie in it. Uh, that's a really, really cool song, Miss World. And now that I made the connection with the album cover art as well, it's pretty cool that that song. And I think I got to give this album another point for that song.
Okay. I am
Yeah,
I'm picking Awful just because I like the chorus.
it's a great song.
I feel like
It's a very good song.
yeah, they know how to break all the girls like you and everything. I think that that's, I don't know, I just like
Mhm.
like everything about this song. I like the composition, I like the music, I like the lyrics. Um, Awful or Miss World wasn't really, like it's hit me, but not in the same way that Awful did.
Yeah, no, Awful is a great song, and like it is one of the songs on Celebrity Skin that you could easily like put on Live Through This, and like it wouldn't feel out of place.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got that old school like whole sound. So I really do love that song as well. So I like both songs, but I went with Miss World for this one. Now, the third tracks, Plump on Live Through This versus Hit So Hard on Celebrity Skin. These are like two distinct songs, and but they're both like they both like have like deep meaning to like a deeper meaning to them other than like surface level. Well, I mean, one of them is about body image, the Plump song, and eating disorders, things like that. So it's a very deep and personal song for Courtney and for anyone who struggles with something like that. And but Hit So Hard is actually about it's about a really great orgasm, which I think
Hmm.
is crazy. So I like both songs. You know, you got the eating disorder song, and then there's the orgasm song. Uh, I I I actually went with the orgasm song on that.
Oh, Hit So Hard.
I go with Hit So Hard. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Plump just because I like the meaning behind it. It
Yeah.
wasn't the catchiest song for me, but I enjoyed it more so than Hit So Hard.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. So that was the first point that I gave the Celebrity Skin album on this one was for Hit So Hard.
That was a
Yeah.
point that I
So this
gave to Miss World or Live Through This.
see this is yeah, this is interesting. I like this. Dude, these are fun. I love doing these. Uh, the tracks, next pair of tracks, uh, Asking for It versus Malibu. Asking for It's a meaningful song uh, in the sense that it apparently was inspired by a dramatic time where Courtney Love was crowd surfing at a concert and she got assaulted, like sexually assaulted by several guys in the crowd. They like removed her clothes and stuff, and that's where the lyrics like "Was she asking for it?" came from. And yeah, she also says the lines tear the petals off of you," which comes up on Celebrity Skin later on, which is an interesting connection here. Um, and that uh, phrasing I think is about like taking someone's innocence and stuff. Uh, but Malibu, so is like just a perfect song. I think it's such a hard song to compete against, even with like a song like that has like a lot of meaning like that emotionally. But yeah, I love. I think it's a super well written song, and it's about a time in Courtney's life where she lived in Malibu with her first boyfriend. And I love Patty's backing vocals here, and I wish we had more from her, like more from Patty, in like just in general, because like I think she was kind of underutilized in a way. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Malibu.
I would agree with that, actually. Um, yeah, I liked Malibu a lot, and I like that she wrote it, well, reportedly about her late husband, which I think we can all assume is Kurt Cobain prior to his suicide, or his unalive, sorry.
Yeah,
Which,
yeah. See, feel like, hmm
like, both songs just hit differently for different reasons, and they're both deeply
yeah,
personal to her.
yeah, exactly.
Which,
And
which is
yeah, like,
weird too, because like Billy Corgan also co-wrote the song, so
yeah.
he actually didn't enjoy it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently, like that song Malibu being featured on the album left a bad taste in his mouth.
Oh, wow. I think it's a really cool song, and like I said, like Patty, I wanted I was gonna start listening to her audiobook. Patty has an audiobook, and or he has a book that she wrote, and it talks a lot about her time with Hole, and even like hanging out with like Nirvana and all that stuff. So I'm really interested in reading and hearing about those times.
Hmm.
But yeah, like I liked her backing vocals at the beginning there, and of course, from what I read about the song, like they said it was about her first boyfriend that she lived in Malibu with, Courtney. But it's one of those things where like there's so many like different interpretations of it. So
Oh
I think
yeah,
there
that's
is
true.
some songs on here that are definitely about Kurt. And we'll get to those coming up. So we both pick Malibu here.
Yes.
Awesome. Um, then the next set of tracks was Jennifer's Body versus Reasons to Be Beautiful. The Jennifer's Body song is about I think it's about like an actual real life case.
Colleen Stan,
Where,
yeah.
yeah, where the woman was like kept in a box. She was like slowly used by her captor, and then she got dismembered, and it's just a heavy song thematically, and it's also really well composed. The ending with "Just relax, go to sleep," like it's like very haunting, very creepy and scary. Just picturing the guy saying that to his victim, and oh my god, like and the song is just really well written. But beautiful. The Reason to Be Beautiful is a song that also sounds like it could have been on Live Through This. And it's actually one of my favorites on the album. I think Courtney's voice really stands out so big on this for me. Like, that was something that when I was like listening, like really like listening to like take notes on it, I'm like, dude, like this song really accentuated her voice. And for that, I chose Reasons to Be Beautiful.
I'm going to pick Jennifer's Body because I really enjoy not enjoy in a macabre, like a macabre way, but I
In
enjoy
Cowboy.
when they write, like when celebrities write songs about murder cases, because like these are cases that I wouldn't have even known about, and I'm a huge
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
murder fan, not fan. That's the
True.
wrong word
I
to
know
say.
that.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. The
So
feds are gonna pay you a visit.
so it just like, you know, it's nice to see them pay tribute to the victim in that way, if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
So it's nice. I don't
Yeah.
it's not nice what happened to her obviously, but it's nice that Courtney Love, kind of made a song about it. Courtney Love seemed
Yeah,
like
no.
a person
Yeah.
who was very empathetic.
Yeah, no, she did. She does. Does seem like that. Like, I've always enjoyed her songwriting, and I've always enjoyed like the fact that she does like find like unique like themes sometimes to write about in her music.
Hmm.
A lot like her late husband as well.
Yeah.
Um, and then so Reason to Be Beautiful, and then you chose Jennifer's Body, both valid. And the next one, this was like I just felt like this wasn't fair, just because of I felt like the matchup because it was Doll Parts versus Dying, and I mean Doll Parts, come on man, like I fake it so real I'm beyond fake, like what a line. It's just a classic. It's iconic. The track, seemingly, it's about Courtney's feelings and her insecurities in regards to Kurt Cobain when they started dating, and just like how she felt about him and like who he was, and like everybody wants him, like and all that. And I don't think she didn't feel like she was good enough for Kurt. I think,
Hmm.
and yeah, like I think that's like what the lyrics like really reflect in that, and want to be the girl with the most cake and all that, and Dying though is a very pretty song, and it's really emotional. There are so many ways you could take that song. I think with the song Dying, she feels a sense of emptiness without Kurt, and I think it works as a ballad for anyone who's lost somebody, be it physically or emotionally. uh, and yeah, it's a beautiful song. I wanted to pick that one. It's just I can't go against Doll Parts, and uh, it's just such a classic, iconic song. And here's today's wrestling reference, since I try to sneak one in on every episode. There was a group called the Dollhouse in TNA, and they came out to this song, which was pretty cool. Getting to hear a song like that, like used in wrestling, as like a theme song. Uh, but yeah, I choose Doll Parts myself.
I choose Dying just because of the significance of the song. How it's about like mental health challenges and feeling like you're dying on the inside, trying to face everyday challenges.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give my credit to
Yeah, I
that.
like how we both.
Hmm?
Awesome. I like how we both had our own like interpretations of that song too. So
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. So good. Doll Parts, Dying, both get a point here on the podcast. Yeah. Next set of songs, Credit in the Straight World versus Use Once and Destroy. Straight World is a great concept. It's a song that's basically saying how you can get credit in real life, like, run credit if you're running like short on funds and stuff. But buying drugs is a completely different thing. And like she talks about lost a leg, lost an eye, like credit in the straight world versus credit in the real world. And it's different. So yeah, it's a song about like drugs and like doing whatever you can to get it. It's actually a really fine grunge song too. Like it definitely very grunge. Use Once and Destroy is another favorite song of mine. All dressed in red, always the bride, off with her head. Those lyrics, I did some digging and there was a person on a forum that said that they made this connection. This was really interesting. They said Mary Queen of Scots, as a young widow, wore the color of mourning for queens, which was white, and she was accused of murdering her husband, Lord Darnley, and was finally executed by decapitation, so thus off with her head. And on the day of her execution, she wore red, the color of martyrdom. Uh, so I think that's a pretty cool. So I think Courtney might have been referencing Nick Mary Queen of Scots with those lyrics, and it makes sense because she seems to be like a very like she's really big, obviously, in the poetry and other things like that. So it wouldn't be surprising if she was like big into history as well,
Hmm.
like and stuff like that. So like I think also there was something else too that was a reference. Oh, uh, I think is it the I think it is the Live Through This. I think that the title of the album I think is a reference to Gone with the Wind actually.
Yes.
So that's what yeah. So yeah, she's very big into like different like poetic stuff and literature. So the history thing wouldn't surprise me, of course, if that's like what that reference is in reference to. Uh, so also use Once and Destroy is a lyric from Nirvana's Radio Friendly Unit Shifter. I'm going with use Once and Destroy.
I am going to go with Use Once and Destroy as well. Um, I think that personally, like from what I've read about this song, is that the lyrics are like explicitly meant for how she failed to help Kurt Cobain.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it's the whole I went down to rescue you, I went all the way down, fill your wretched, hungry, wretched life. But
Mm-hmm.
like it's I don't know, it wouldn't surprise me if that was actually true because I think she held a lot of guilt
Yeah,
after
no.
Kurt's unalive.
Yeah, I think like and as anyone would, anytime you've dealt with anything like that, it's like you always feel like you could have been there, could have changed it, changed the outcome for sure. And that was her significant other, so it's like it carries an even greater impact as well.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's definitely super emotionally charged song, and it's one of my favorite songs by the band. Uh, then the next pair of tracks was Softer, Softest versus Northern Star. Softer is a very sad song. It's seemingly about child abuse. About like it says P girl gets the belt. Like it seems like, a girl like seems like it's like a little girl like who like wet the bed or something and like their parents abused her for it. Like I don't know if that's a personal recollection of Courtney's childhood, but like the references to abuse and physically and emotionally they grow throughout the song, and it's It's very, very, like I said, very sad and very dark song. Uh, the in contrast to that, Northern Star, I feel like it's an absolute like poetic masterpiece, and towards the end it gets so heart wrenching for me, like when Courtney's voice picks up and then it drops again to an even more somber and like aching tone, like you can almost hear like pain in her voice, like towards the end of the song. Just it's pure and it's beautiful, not to diminish soft, but I just feel like Northern Star is like an insane song. Like it's a masterpiece. I feel like. So I'm going with Northern Star.
I would agree with that because when I was listening to Northern Star, I was kind of interpreting it myself in my head before I always listen to the songs and then I look up the meanings because I want to see if my interpretation is close to what um the
Hmm.
artist's interpretation was. And it pretty much was kind of close, but the way I interpreted it was like, you find someone who you think is your guide, like that's your Northern Star, and they guide you based on like your feelings for them. But then you find out that
Yeah,
like they let you down or whatever. So I would
yeah.
have to
That
pick
seems
that.
to. Yeah, that seems. Yeah, it's a beautiful song. Just like so good, and like yeah, like you could just feel like the emotion in her voice in that song. So it's definitely like deeply meaningful.
Yeah.
Uh, so we'll go with Northern Star. Both of us give a point to Northern Star. Uh, Next pair of tracks: She Walks on Me versus Boys on the Radio. Uh, She Walks has such a Nirvana feel to it in many ways, and it's just it's a vibe. Like, and in contrast, Boys on the Radio continues the sound and general vibe of the other songs off Celebrity Skin. It's another very good song and seems to be like my interpretation was about how short lived fame can be. Like it talks about the people on the radio, the boys on the radio, they fade away. Like like just saying like like I think it's also it could be another metaphor for them being used, of course, by Hollywood and everything like that that goes with it. Uh, but when I was listening to She Walks on Me, I was just like found myself just like vibing the same way I do to a Nirvana track, and like that's always fun for me. So I go with She Walks on Me because like I just there's something about that song. It's just such a vibe for me.
I would agree. I feel like Walks on Me is definitely more of a Nirvana feel. And I also like how apparently it was written about this girl who kept stealing everything from her and even tried to steal Kurt Cobain from her.
Jesus.
There's like a lyric,
Yeah.
a quote from her that says, I guess her name was Kat, the girl. And she's like, because I put up with the lyric
Yeah.
stealing and I put up with her going to England first in a dress that I loaned her. Now I can't wear those effing dresses in England anymore.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, that's great. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with the She Walks. So another one where we both actually agree.
Yeah.
Sweet. More points for Live Through This here. And then we've got I Think That I Would Die versus Heaven Tonight. And conflicting interpretations are out there for the lyrics of I Would Die. What I love is I love her powerful fuck you that she says on there. It's just there's a lot of emotion behind it. And I feel like not many people can say fuck you in the way that Courtney Love can on the track. And there's more references to Milk and Roses, which is just so quintessentially whole. It's like, just that's just like classic whole. And I think Heaven's a great song too. I love Here Comes the Sun in the Form of a Girl. And people say that Heaven Tonight is a song that she actually wrote for Frances, for her and Kurt's daughter, so she had a song that she could sing to her. It's a beautiful track in its own right, but I do think that I would go with I think I would die. I think it's just a very powerful and like empowering song. but Heaven Tonight would be valid too because it's a beautiful song too. And if it is for Francis, that's also really really cute. Uh, but I chose I Think I Would Die.
I chose Heaven Tonight, but the meaning behind it kind of like eh, gives me the like ick a little bit because if it is a
Yeah,
song that she wrote about to sing to Francis Bean, then because the lyrics are actually about a girl who's going over to her boyfriend's house to sleep with him for the first time, but then she dies on the way
yeah,
there. So it's like I don't think that's it. Kind of gives me the ick to like think that that's the song she wanted to sing to her daughter, but it's supposed to like
yeah, I know.
be disguised as a romantic love song, which I kind of dig at
Yeah,
the same time.
yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, because I thought the same thing, and I'm like, I don't know why so many people are saying that this is what she did, but okay, like you do you, I guess, right?
Yeah,
uh, yeah, it's definitely a choice, but yeah, I go with I think I would die. Um, so that's the song I chose. So we both chose a different song this time.
hmm
Uh, then the next tracks were Gutless versus Playing Your Song. I don't I don't really miss God, but I sure do miss Santa Claus. Is a lyric that seems to allude to like another like thing where it comes to like losing innocence and like you miss when you believe in Santa Claus and all that stuff. Don't give a fuck about the you know religion aspect thing. Like, but what you do miss is your innocence, and basically calling out whoever took her innocence as a gutless piece of shit. Basically, is the way that I interpreted it. It's one of the ones I didn't like look at other people's interpretations for. It just kind of what came to me, given the rest of the themes explored on the album about innocence and other things like that. Uh, I think it's another case where Courtney is seemingly confronting like a traumatic past, whether it's her herself or this character that we followed in the songs. Uh, Playing your song, it seems to be another thing about record execs and elites making big money off of you and your art. They talk about they're building malls and shit and playing your songs inside. Like, super fun track. I will go with playing your song.
I will also go with playing your song. I read though that it was actually about the other members of Nirvana and like like an actual attack on them about seeing like how they were selling out on his songs. And
Okay, yeah,
also Dave
yeah,
Grohl was like one of the ones that she was seen as attacking on that song as well.
yeah. Which I mean, it makes sense because obviously I don't know if we mentioned on our last album Clash, but the song "I'll Stick Around" is definitely Dave Grohl going after Courtney Love in a
hmm
major way there with "I Don't Owe You Anything," "I Don't Owe You Anything" like that. That's always been seen as a big attack on Courtney as well. So I guess they kind of like go and like tit for tat in a way on
Before
this.
there was YouTube music videos, there was Nirvana and the 90s musicians taking, disses on each other.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, like that's pretty fun. I mean, not fun, but it kind of is fun. But yeah, I went with song as well. So
Per-
definitely really fun.
hmm
And then you have the final tracks on each album, which are Rockstar on Live Through This and Petals on Celebrity Skin. The opening, the Rockstar is endearing. Like I don't know, it's like just endearing to me. It's just Courtney, like she's talking at the beginning, like before she actually says the whole lyric, like and stuff. And I don't know, I kind of like that. It's neat. And then it launches into this like power grunge ballad, which I absolutely love as well. It's an epic way to close the album in that particular era of Hole in general. But Petals, I feel like, is just a perfect ending to the journey we were on the Celebrity Skin in kind, and I once again found myself really drawn to to this song and feeling her raw emotions as well. And it's a song that's not, it's about like not conforming, and it's about ultimately protecting your innocence as well. And like just the themes that she's used in both albums. She used the theme of petals in both albums. And it's much like, how she uses terms like milk and roses and stuff like that. She has like certain themes that she carries with her in her music and through different tracks, and it's really really cool. It does something that I definitely notice and pick up on, and I'm gonna go with Petals as my winner for the final track.
I'm gonna go with Petals too. I like the interpretation of it, or and I like the lyrics. Like, this world is a whore, this world is a war. Tear the petals off you. Like, I think
Yeah.
there's something poetic about that. How she used petals specifically, in like terms of a flower, so that when you peel away the petals, you're exposing the ugliness underneath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just very deep. She's like I said like before, like she's a very underappreciated writer for sure, and she has a lot of great inspirations behind a lot of her stuff.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Actually, after listening to both albums back to back.
Hmm. So for my final tally from here, okay, so the first I said Violet, that's a point for Live Through This. Miss World was 2 points for Live Through This. Hit So Hard gave the first point for Celebrity Skin. Uh, Malibu made it 2-2. Reasons to Be Beautiful made it 3-2 on Celebrity Skin. Doll Parts tied it back up. Use Once and Destroy um, happened after that, so then it became 4-3. Then Northern Star made it 5-3, and She Walks made it 5-4. See here, I think I would die. Actually, tied it back up, so 5-5. Then Playing Your Song 6-5, and then Petals 7-5. So according to the winners on my end, I do pick Celebrity Skin as the better album, but only by 2 points. Um, I'd be interested in hearing your final recollection here, your final judgment as well.
I already knew that Celebrity Skin was going to be my winner, just because
Mm-hmm.
I was never like too much of a grunge girl. So Celebrity Skin is like
Yeah.
the perfect balance between grunge and pop to me. But also just
Yeah.
like with everything with the lyrics, I just feel like the lyrics are superior in this one, compared to Miss World. I mean, that's not saying that, or not Miss World, sorry, Live Through This. I keep saying Miss World because I picture the girl on the front.
No, it's
Um,
Violet.
yeah, so
It's
that's
Batman.
that's not to say that Live Through This isn't an amazing album on its own accord, but I feel like Celebrity Skin was just a better album, both lyrically, composition wise, and just kind of tempo and everything. I think it just fit into that 1998 vibe so well.
And I do feel like it's just like she grew as an artist, so and she like found like she was much more refined. It's refined and like polished compared to the other album. So I just feel like this was like her magnum opus. So this was the band magnum opus, like the best album that they put out.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's our winner.
yeah, Celebrity Skin wins. Um, so that's exciting. Uh, their album Clash in the books, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty more to do. Like
Oh,
we
yeah.
will find more to do.
Oh, yeah. We still have to do quite a. There's a lot of 90s bands out there, so I'm sure that we will find. And I mean, this album Clash is also opening up my mind to more music that I never would have particularly listened to in the 90s. So,
Hmm.
um, it's kind of giving me like fresh perspective on all those songs, all those artists.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff. Yeah, I love doing stuff like this, and it it's just fun, you know. Love music so much, so it's always just fun to do this concept. When I first heard them do it on Talk is Jericho, I was like, this is such a fun idea because I would literally look at what the episode was and it'll say like what the two albums are. I'd immediately go and listen to both albums and like then go and listen to the podcast and just it was just so cool to hear these guys just discuss each song, and they would discuss the stories behind the songs and different facts about them, and then it was just yeah, it was super fun, and like I love that we're doing this as well because I've always wanted to do these types of things.
Yeah, and like I said too on the previous album Glash, they're nice little breaks from the main episodes. You know, kind of like a
Yeah.
palate cleanser in a way.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this one was just spaced apart with by just one other episode, so it's kind of like it's like these album clashes. If we're not careful, they're gonna turn into like the Dollar Generals of podcast episodes.
That's true. Yeah.
One per every other episode. We'll have an album clash.
No, but that was a good album Clash episode. I feel like the more we do, the more comfortable I'll become with actually voicing my thoughts on everything.
Yeah, I just love that we shared some really cool like stories and our own interpretations and other people's interpretations, and yeah, just getting to appreciate music and is like the main thing though. And we had some good music on here today that we talked about.
Yeah. And we're not sure what's on next week's episode, but we will discuss that afterwards. I actually have an idea for you, but we'll discuss it after.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was the second episode of Album Clash and the 8th episode of the podcast. I can't believe we've already done this 8 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's gonna be super fun to continue this, and I've had a lot of fun doing it up till now. So
yeah,
it's exciting.
So, guys, let us know if you are a fan of Hole and if you agree with our assessment of who the winner is.
Yep.
All right.
Let us know.
And until next time, these are your hosts,
James
and Rebecca. And we will see you guys later.
See you.
Bye.